Episode 1 of Lord of Mysteries, it wasn't just a great launch. It was loaded with details hiding in plain sight. But most fans completely missed them on the first watch.
Let's rewind episode 1 and show you the layers and the clues that might completely change how you see this series. All right, welcome back to the show. Today's discussion is on Lord of Mysteries, episode 1. And we actually took the time to rewatch it because we felt like there were probably some stuff that we missed personally. And some of this information might be good for some of you at home.
Definitely. So this will be an ongoing series that we're going to continue. We're going to go from the start right now, episode 1. We're going to keep it going into the rest of the series, follow us along and let us know your thoughts and comments as we go through this journey.
Exactly. Yeah, and obviously it's a pretty confusing anime
Very.
for most people. So rewatching it is actually opened my eyes to a lot of different things that I really didn't notice before. You know, especially in the beginning, like the migration moment. I think a lot of people didn't realize how pivotal of a moment it was for Klein's wound to heal in his head.
Oh, man, that scene was crazy, right?
Yeah.
It was pretty nasty how it just kind of coagulated back into his brain.
Yeah, I mean, he had a bullet in his head, and apparently he jumped into Klein's body like as soon as he died. Like it was like right away.
Yeah.
So the transmigration and the death of Zhao, moving into Klein's body, it all happened like instantly within the same moment. And we all know the mysteries around that moment. And I think the healing of his wound signified that somehow it was intentional.
I mean, it all has to do back to the Antiguous notebook, right? So somehow the mysteries or the secrets in that book caused this whole transmutation to occur, along with Zhao himself somehow pushing it on his plane of Earth, right? That he could say he caused some type of enhancement spell, a luck spell that we saw. But I think one of the parts that I'm still kind of confused of, even when we rewatched it now, was that intro scene that had him. It looked like it was something in the future, right? Because it was Klein, but it was like battling some type of
you mean the
goddess.
actual intro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is in the future. Because Klein's world looks like our world. Because there's a snippet in the show where which is another part, right? When we talk about the luck ritual, right? That's something that most people miss too, as well. They didn't realize like how he migrated into the new universe, which was basically him doing the luck ritual for whatever reason. He said his life was hard and he already took a bunch of L's. That's basically what he said. He's like, I'm taking a bunch of L's. Life was hard, so he did this ritual.
Try to get lucky on life.
Yeah,
hit the lotto.
Maybe he got his heart broken. I don't know. But
possibly.
I mean, that's one reason to do a luck ritual, right?
Definitely. I know. I was sign me up.
So yeah, he did the ritual, and it brings him to this world, and then, he didn't even remember. Because I think it was almost a day after.
Right.
Where he was sitting there thinking about like, oh, I'm here now. How did I get here? And he's like, oh, right. I did the luck ritual. It's like, how do you not remember that, bro? Like, is that normal in your world? Everyone just does a luck ritual all the time? Like,
right.
Let us know in the comments if this is the case. But that was a part, I think, a detail that many people missed that Klein did not remember. So I guess it was just an average day for him.
I mean, imagine it being him, like, or Zhao in Klein's body. Like, you have it must be like a shattering. Like, you have your memories and then these memories of Klein flooding your brain at the same time. They didn't do such a good job of showing that. I would have imagined that when he came into the body, I would expect him to be like screaming in agony or in pain on the ground. Like, oh my God, like, because like the stress of all those person's memories jarring with your memory, it's like a tidal wave of crash.
I'm still not sure how many or like what's the level of integration they have with each other, because Zhao, who's now Klein, you would think he would have like more memories of the world he's in, but he didn't know what a Beyonder was. Right? No. He was still confused on that.
Right.
He was confused on many things, but yet he's in this guy's body, And there is a scene where he's looking in the mirror and he like shows like they're together almost, like Klein's behind him. So I think
see that.
that's also an interesting fact too. Like how integrated are they?
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of mysteries in Lord of Mysteries.
Exactly. And then one of the other mysteries, the disappearance of the Antigonus notebook. Right after, the supposed suicide that Klein attempted, and as well as his colleague and the other colleague, I think her name was Maya, right?
Yeah.
Right after they die, which they did have the Antigonus notebook and they were studying it, which is a clue that many people missed as well, is that there were 2 notebooks during that whole scene. Because after that, the book is gone, and what we see is Klein on a table with a diary.
Yeah, his personal diary retelling the events leading up to him actually getting the Antigonus notebook and a bit after.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was like a blank page in the notebook, which I think it was ripped out, wasn't it?
And I think there was also some Chinese in the notebook.
I noticed that too, right?
Yeah, which is one of the things Klein noticed too. He's like, oh, I can read this. So maybe...
Interesting.
Yeah, so there was his own native language in the notebook as well. So that was pretty cool too. I mean, there's a lot of clues that point back to, the Chinese influence of that world. So
another mystery that we discovered while we were rewatching the episode was how Lord Razel Gustav?
Yeah, Razel Gustav.
Razel Gustav. He might have actually been another transmuter from our realm or our Earth into that land. So, that was given to us by Klein himself when he discovered them playing the tarot card game. And then on top of that, and then he went into discussing how, like, hey, he discovered the steam engine. He's also the one that, like, helped build the civilization up.
Yeah. So
there's no telling how many other transmuters are in his actual timeline now or have been in the past.
Yeah, and I think that also connects to the Antigonus notebook, because the notebook is known to cause suicide and transmute something into their world, which the Nighthawks were familiar with that process.
Right.
So it wasn't like unknown to them. So if Gustav came from China, which it looks like that's where he came from, because Klein is recognizing clues of China, right, in things that Gustav left, the languages that's used, the tarot cards and other things, then there's no telling how many other people also came from Klein's world as well, and what kind of strange abilities they might have.
Possible villain in the future.
Oh, absolutely. I think it all is leading up to that.
Right.
They might be the villains. The villains probably transmute from other worlds, or maybe there's some like God handling the whole transmute situation. He's like, you get a transmute. So yeah, let's talk about the gray fog. When Klein entered in his own realm and they showed him in the gray fog, they almost showed him as a god, like sitting above it, kind of like a Galactus kind of being.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that signifies that he's a higher level being than just everyone else. I think that moment was very important because it kind of might tell us that people who have his ability are on a different plane.
Right. Yeah. And there was another significant thing I caught in that scene, right? Because this is, again, from what I took from the episode was this was the spell or the ritual that actually got him transmuted into that world. And that's why he said, well, let's try it again.
Yeah.
So he's trying to use it again to get himself out. And all of a sudden, then it casted him into that gray mist zone or, pocket universe that he could create. But one thing I did notice when I rewatched it again, which was interesting, was there was a jewel that flashed on the screen and then it shattered into a bunch of pieces. And when that jewel shattered on a bunch of pieces, then he appeared in that realm. So I was like, what is the significance of that jewel? What does it have to do with anything? Maybe we get a callback to that later on in the series.
Yeah, and I think I know what you're talking about, because when the jewel shattered, there was like a red thing oozing from all the walls that came down.
Exactly.
And it also showed on his body too, like kind of went red.
Right, when he fell to the ground and started screaming in pain, like his whole flesh was like showing red tones through his skin.
Yeah, and that might actually mean that someone else is in control, like someone else did a spell or was in control of that device. I don't know. The reason we're talking like this, by the way, for the viewers, is because we don't want to research anything. We want to be in the same position you are when we watch these things. So that way we can figure out and find the Easter eggs and just flow on our own without having the influence of many different minds.
Definitely. This is truly like a run through the series with you all. Like we're doing it step by step.
Exactly. Off the dome.
Off the dome.
Fresh off the dome. So yeah, another thing I noticed too in the Great Fog is that there's many seats.
Oh yeah, right?
Right? There's a lot of different seats. So he only calls 2 people into his realm by accident, by the way, supposedly, right? So what we know. But there's other seats. So I would think he's going to call other beings into this realm as well.
Yeah, I mean, another funny thing was that they all were pulled into his realm when they were communing with some type of special artifact.
Right.
Yeah.
She was in the mirror or something like
Talking
that.
to mirror on the wall.
And the guy had a cup.
Yeah, like
it was like ice going in the cup or something like that. Yeah, that was a good scene.
So it's like they were all trying to commune with some type of artifact to get knowledge, maybe to get power, and all of a sudden he pulled them into his great fog world that he created. So like you said, maybe in the future when other characters do the same, or maybe he learns how to increase his power, he's able to attune to those other people that are trying to call into some other being. And tap into him.
You know, he kind of gave away that his ability was sailor. I mean, obviously more than one reason. He was sitting there on the boat. But with the girl, she was like, "Oh, what kind of potions you got?" He said he had a sequence 9 sailor. So he had an extra sailor.
He had 2 sequence 9 potions.
Yeah,
actually. I recall that now. And now I understand the sequences. He said, "Oh, I have the recipe for 2 sequence 9 potions."
Exactly. Yeah, that was cool too. But yeah, I like that whole scene. I think that scene was an interesting one, and many people probably missed the whole Galactus being in the clouds thing. I think that's important because it sets up, to me, at least I think, that other people who have the same abilities as him, they're just on a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah, that there's a meaning behind everything.
Definitely more to unravel there.
All right, guys, if you're at home, just to let you know, we know you're watching. We see the metrics, and we don't do this for free. We do this for your subscriptions. So hit that subscribe button and that bell. It's very important. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's get right into the Nighthawks, right?
Yeah, let's get into the Nighthawks. Especially that scene where Dunn puts Klein into like a dream world.
Yeah. I think that's his like domain expansion.
The domain expansion, yeah. That's his domain expansion. Do they have a name for that in the show?
He called it something in one of the later episodes. I remember that.
Okay, I just hear them rhyming. Like they're gonna start rapping at some point. Like
Yeah, that was an interesting part there. It made me wonder, when did he actually do his spell cast? Was it when he started running from him, or was it from the very moment that he even knocked on the door?
I think it was. Yeah, actually, you might be right. Because like,
I had one of those moments.
There's a moment where like water freezes in the air.
Right.
He's like, oh, I guess a Beyonder's somewhere around here. And yeah, I thought that was the moment, but maybe he was under the spell the whole time.
It could have been, or maybe when he got into the carriage, they knocked him out, and then they made him appear like he went to sleep.
Yeah, you might be right.
That was a whole little twist there itself.
Maybe they wanted to see what he was going to do. Like, is this guy going to run? Is he going to stay? Like, they were testing him. Because it was a whole test, apparently, the whole thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, to see where he was, whether or not he was telling the truth, who he was. And as we know, they suspect already that someone else is in the driver's seat, of the body. Because they just know, they know things. But yeah, that scene was pretty cool. I liked it. It reminded me a lot of what's that movie, Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, Inception.
Inception, yeah. That's
had Inception vibes for sure. Yeah, this is actually one of the few animations that we've ever seen that like the actual police force or the cops actually have some cool abilities,
Yeah, they're not useless.
They're not useless. Like as far as like other characters in the realm, like they actually have a lot of power. Because in a lot of other animations and animes, like it's always like
the main character syndrome.
Yeah, the main character syndrome, or like secret societies or cults and stuff like that. But at this point, it's actually like the highest level of the police force, the Nighthawk Secrets Task Force, has a lot of power.
Yeah, there's a scene where Klein is walking into the terror tent, if you don't remember, and there's like a guy, and he walks by the Nighthawks because they're like stalking him, kind of in a way.
Yeah, I remember
he
that.
notices them, and he's like, "Oh shit, let me turn around, go the other way." So that tells you already, like the citizens know who they are, and they're like terrified of them.
Definitely, I would be too, man. The Beyonder powers are sick.
Oh yeah, they can't really handle that very well.
All right, well, guys, that wraps up our episode 1 discussion. Stay tuned as we continue the series rewatching and break down each episode from here on out.
Absolutely, and just to let you know at home, like we want to have these discussions with you. We want to watch every episode. We want to feel as real as possible, as human as possible, and have these great conversations on our channel. So stay tuned for more.